communication media, all the political analysts of the right wing, they were looking at another kind of Peru, however, from the people. They have given hope. So I think that marks clearly that beyond that official Peru, that neoliberal Peru, there is hope, and this is very important when we have a very strong political crisis as the one we are going through. And despite this crisis, the social demonstrations continue. Last year, we had demonstrations against the government imposed by Merino, who finally resigned by the popular pressure. He was a corrupt person. He mismanaged the situation of the pandemic, and there were also demonstrations by the farmers who blocked the main roads of Peru. And in a week, approximately, they had in Jake the government. I think also the creation of new unions and base organizations. They have actually been there to work and to fight the crisis before the abandonment of the state. It's a proof that in Peru something is being created from the bottom. So I think candidate Pedro Castillo have understood all this. It is today too soon. Let's see how all this can be structured, and also the proposition of a change in the country. But I think there is a clear alternative to the correct path. Something Pedro Castillo has stated is that a new constitution is needed. This is a banner from the people. We have talked about the need of a new constitution. We have talked about the need of a popular constituent assembly, not to be the Congress with the same parties as always, because it is probable the majority of the ultra-wing or the ultra-right wing. That's why we need a new popular constituent assembly to change the rules of the game, to change the parties, that to allow the participation of unions, of farmer unions, in the organization of a new constitution. Pedro Castillo has actually stated all this. So let's hope the constitutional change can be done. Thank you very much, Diego. In the couple of minutes I have, Hugo, I would take advantage of your presence, and you, an expert in geopolitics, for you to give me your opinion of what was lived in the last hours in the Andean nation. Why the population voted in Ecuador? What was elected in Ecuador? Well, I think in Ecuador there has been an alliance between Yacu Pérez and Lasso. Finally, that vote of 1.5 million votes, null votes, and more than rejecting candidate Arauz, the right-wing opposition forces, they have seen, and they seen with concern, the return of the citizen revolution of a progressive government, and that's why they have created an alliance which has actually given the results of the constitution, and which actually we can see a turn of the Ecuador, or at least of the government of the Ecuador, in the social and economic policies. It is very clear that Ecuador turns to the right. That means that a vacuum is going to be generated in this country in relation with other countries that do you have progressivist governments like Argentina, Bolivia? Let's see what will happen in 2021 in Brazil, what will happen in Chile with the constituent, what happens in Colombia. But definitely Ecuador is marking a distance, because it is very clear that Guillermo Lasso has an ideological distance and an ideological position of other public policies that will connect this sister nation to the international financing organizations, to some powers, of course, the United States. And definitely the region loses an extraordinary ally, because in more than in a decade, Ecuador has supported the social policies that have reduced poverty in that country, that have generated an improvement in the economic and social equality. And with the arrival of Guillermo Lasso, and of course in the next years, the Ecuadorians will make a balance of why they took this decision that finally places Ecuador in another ideological position, and that we have that country in the next years, if the country has the alternative to actually place the country that have reached in the last years before the arrival of Lenin Moreno to the government. It was a country. Thank you very much, Hugo.